Next question is, a recursive transaction is initiated by a DML statement creating records for these two objects. First, accounts. Second, contacts. The account trigger hits a stack depth of 16. Which statement is true regarding the outcome of the transaction? Option A. The transaction fails and all the changes are rolled back. Option B. The transaction succeeds as long as the contact trigger stack depth is less than 16. Option C. The transaction fails only if the contact trigger stack depth is greater or equal to 16. Option D. The transaction succeeds and all changes are committed to the database. Correct answer is option D. These are the top 50 most common certification questions that you could have in your exam. If you want to download the complete list of current updated questions, please download it from the link provided in the description. Question is, a developer at Universal Containers is tasked with implementing a new Salesforce application that must be able to maintained completely by their company's Salesforce administrator. Which three options should be considered for building out the business logic layer of the application? Choose three options. Option A, Process Builder. Option B, Scheduled Jobs. Option C, Invocable Actions. Option D, Workflows. Option E, Validation Rules. Correct answer is option A, D and option E. Next question is, Universal Containers wants to back up all of the data and attachments in its Salesforce org once a month. Which approach should a developer use to meet these requirements? Option A. Define a data export scheduled job. Option B. Use the data loader command line. Option C. Schedule a report. Option D. Create a schedulable Apex class. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which exception type cannot be caught? Option A, limit exception. Option B, no access exception. Option C, a custom exception. Option D, callout exception. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, Universal Containers stores the availability data on each line item of an order, and orders are the only shipped when all of the line items are available. Which method should be used to calculate the estimated ship date for an order? Option A. Use a latest formula on each of the latest availability date fields. Option B. Use a ceiling formula on each of the latest availability date fields. Option C. Use a days formula on each of the availability date fields and a count rollup summary field on the order. Option D. Use a max rollup summary field on the latest availability date fields. Correct answer is option D. Next question is, Universal Containers has an order system that uses an order number to identify an order for customers and service agents. Order records will be imported into Salesforce. How should the order number field be defined in Salesforce? Option A, direct lookup. Option B, lookup. Option C, number with external ID. Option D, indirect lookup. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, a developer needs to have records with specific field values in order to test a new Apex class. What should the developer do to ensure the data is available to the test? Option A. Use SOQL to query the org for the required data. Option B. Use anonymous Apex to create the required data. Option C. Use test.loadData and reference a CSV file. Option D. Use test.loadData and reference a static resource. Correct answer is option D. Next question is, which two statements are true about getter and setter methods? Choose two options. Option A. Setter methods allows have to be declared global. Always have to be declared global. Option B. Setter methods are required to pass a value from a page to a controller. Option C. There is no guarantee for the order in which getter or setter methods are executed. Option D. Getter methods can pass a value from a controller to a page. Correct answer is option B and option C.